Page 64 in your notes, working on practicing compositions of trig functions without a calculator. So I'm going to do number 8. And with number 8, the very first thing I want to think about is the function arcsine. It is a function, so it's only going to land in one quadrant. I want to know the quadrant, single quadrant, where sine will have a positive answer. Where do I draw sine that is positive? Quadrant 1. Thank you, Cassie. So I draw a bow tie triangle. This is still bow tie trig. You can see the 1/4 of the bow tie getting drawn in there. And I draw that triangle so that I can label the opposite side from theta with a 4 and the hypotenuse with a 5. I use the Pythagorean theorem to find the third side. It's a 3. I make sure I've double checked for signage, meaning is anything in that triangle going left and down? Nope, I'm good to go. And now I'm looking at the angle. This is the angle that they were referring to right here. So essentially you used the arcsine just to get a picture. But now you're done with the arcsine, and this question is saying, please take the tangent of that angle. Use SOHCAHTOA trig and tell me that the tangent of that angle would be 4/3. Does everybody see where I got that from? Let's try another one. I am going to do this time number 9. Number 9 says, find the secant of the arc cotangent of rad 3. Once again, I'm trying to first and most importantly draw a triangle in a quadrant where tangent and its reciprocal cotangent would be positive. Only one quadrant because it's a capital A. And every positive answer goes to 1. So I'm drawing this in quadrant 1. Bow tie goes here, theta goes here, and now I need to think cotangent. Think about this as a rad 3/1. Tangent is opposite over adjacent, so cotangent is adjacent over opposite. Still good? Use the Pythagorean theorem, find the other side. It's going to be a 2. You now have used the cotangent effectively to find the angle, and you're done with it. You've got a picture of the angle. You don't need to know how big it is. You just need to be able to work with it. Now find the secant. Keep in mind cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. So secant is hypotenuse over adjacent. And this one would need to be rationalized. Final answer, 2 rad 3/3. So everybody see where I got that from? Okay, have your homework. I'm looking for 3 purple pages of graphs. And this is just practice problems. If you're looking for more of these to study for the test on Wednesday, you're welcome to look here because I'm not going to get anywhere near all of these done. But I am going to take a peek at number 35 and then have you try one on your own. And number 35 is effectively just different because now it's a composition of algebra that's kind of being manipulated in a different way. So to do this one, first thing I need you to remember algebraically is that I've got to take care of the interior of those parentheses in its entirety before I can come over here and deal with that sign. So I'm going to be dealing with these two one at a time first. Now I know these two numbers, they look familiar to me, and I'm going to go out on a limb and say that I'm pretty confident that you all recognize rad 2/2 as an exact value. You should. And so you can do this in your head. They're both positive. What is the angle that when I take the sine will give me a rad 2/2? It's a 45. What is the angle that when I take the cosine will give me a rad 2/2? It's also a 45. And now I can, because I was able to calculate those in my head, I can add them to get a 90. And now I'm going outside and dealing with that sine function. And the sine of 90 is a 1. Order of operations going down. Heavy in that one. Does everybody follow it? Okay. I'm going to take just a few minutes.